Hello, class, and welcome to our sixth lecture series on microeconomics. And I am your instructor, Jamal Haider. Okay, to begin with, let me remind you that we are going to have our midterm on 27th of April. Okay, regarding our quick overview, I assume that you already watched our last video and have cleared all the ambiguities. But even still, there are some ambiguities left, so please you can talk here during our quick review, or you can also post the queries and questions in our WeChat group as well. Okay, let's talk about that. So what we have learned in our last lecture that the firm's economic objective is earn maximum profit. And we talked about the cookies factory of Hungry Helen. And then we talked about the profit, how we can maximize the profit. We talked about that there are two methods. Number one, if we increase our total revenue, then we can increase the profit. Or if we decrease our total cost, then we can increase the profit. And then we talked about the total revenue, how we can, since our goal is to increase the total profit, and total profit going to be increased by having more total revenue. So we can increase our revenue also. So either we decrease the price or either we increase the quantity sold, right? Because the revenue follow the law of demand. Why? Because consumers are going to buy that. When consumers are going to buy that, if price is going down, quantity will go up. So then we talk about that. Whether we can control our quantity sold, answer is not 100%. We can influence through marketing, through advertisement. But since quantity sold is basically depend on the demand demanded by the consumers. So can we control the consumers? Answer is no. Then how we can make sure that we can earn maximum profit? And then we talked about that if we can minimize our costs. So that's in our hand. We can control that one. Then we talked about, then we shift our discussion or focus from total revenue to minimizing the total cost. So here we go. So can I say that maximization of the profit means minimization of the cost, right? If I talk about profit maximization, so what we are doing right now, we are maximizing our profit from cost minimization concept. Understand? And then we talked about the discussion on total cost concept, total cost or total opportunity cost. So we talked about this concept and we found out that there are two views. Number one is accounting view and number two is economics view. So in accounting, the cost concept include only explicit costs. And what are that? So what are those costs? Those costs which have direct outlay of cash or which has the actual cash outflow from your pocket or from the business. For example, rent. For example, salaries, right? Payment to suppliers. The economics include both cost, implicit and explicit. What is implicit? We also call this opportunity cost. So remember, total opportunity cost is different, opportunity cost is different, right? Opportunity cost is the other name of implicit cost, which is the lost opportunity, right? So here we go. Let's talk about this practical example here. So pause the video here and try to solve this question. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to read the question and then tell me the answer. Okay, everyone. You understand the question? Faik,
Yeah,
Miria, Paulo. So, what do you think is the answer?
I think it's C.
I heard C. Marilyn, Faik, Subhan,
Yeah, it's me if I said C.
C. Isaac, Pingu, Pablo,
I'll go with C2.
Dijordi, Osama, Rodrigo.
I would say C.
Okay.
Yes.
Well done, guys. Why? Because we're talking about total opportunity cost, and total opportunity costs include implicit plus explicit. So implicit, which is the lost opportunity, now he will lose 3% interest, which is 30. And explicit, that is actually going out from his pocket, 7% on 2000, which is 140. Answer would be 170. Well done, guys. Now, adding a little bit difficulty into the question. So we have practical scenario here. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read the question and understand the question, and then tell me the answer. Okay, everyone. Pingyo, what is your analysis?
I'm still doing the math thing. Not sure yet.
Paulo, Sunho?
I'm still doing it.
Okay, take your time.
Is it B?
I heard B.
Do you mean by the total implicit costs like every year, annual, right?
Total implicit costs.
Like annual, like every year, right? Like because here it talks about annual salary and annual costs.
Yes. All the year, how much is the total implicit cost?
Then I think it's C.
I heard B and C. The jury. Miria,
I think it's
the jury.
C.
You are a little bit confused in your answer or shaky in your answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Miria, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so what do you think?
Maybe C.
Maybe C. You're not sure about C.
I mean, I was still thinking about it, but I mean, I would say C.
Okay, Kim, Rodrigo, and Marilyn.
I think it's A.
You think it's A. So I have A, B, C. Marilyn,
I think it's C.
Kim,
Yeah, C.
C. So see the answer here. I'm gonna click. Okay, so answer is C. Why C? Because we want to find out the total implicit cost. What is implicit cost? lost opportunity, right? So she was working for a firm and earning 80,000. So after she opened her own business, she lost that 80,000. 80,000. And then her annual expenses include 15,000 office, that is explicit. 3,000 for equipment, that is also explicit. 1,000 for supplies, explicit. 1,200 also explicit for utilities. And then 35,000 salary, also explicit, that she will pay for her bookkeeper or secretary. And then Samantha will cover her startup expenses by cashing 20,000 certificate of deposit, which were earning 500 interest. It means she will also lose this opportunity to earn 500 interest. So total lost opportunity gonna be 80,500. So those who say A and B. So are you clear about the answer, or you still have any confusion?
Can you repeat, please?
Can you repeat?
Yeah. Please.
Okay, one more time. Okay, look, what we can do, let me just turn off my video and pull the screen out and make you understand well. There we go. Okay, let's repeat that. So I'm going to read the question. Samantha has been working for a law firm and earning an annual salary of 80,000. She decides to open her own practice. It means when she opened her own practice, she would be resigning from the law firm. She would be losing 80,000 annual salary, right? So when she decided to open her own practice, own law firm, her annual expenses would be 15,000. That is explicit, which means that is a real cash that she is now paying, right? 3,000 for equipment, 1,000 for supplies, 1,200 for utility bills, and 35,000